Team coverage this evening. Spencer Joseph looks at why so many people are having trouble filing for unemployment.
But first, Ben Winslow has details on stay-at-home order extensions from both Salt Lake County and the state. Ben.
Well, there is some promising new data that shows we are getting closer to lifting some restrictions. But at least for the rest of this month, everybody needs to stay home.
We will be extending that order until May 1st.
Salt Lake County Mayor Jenny Wilson has extended her stay-at-home order, keeping existing restrictions and closures in place. Earlier this week, she told Fox 13 she was considering keeping it in place until Memorial Day. But there's good data about coronavirus cases. She urged people to continue to stay home, only venturing out for essential travel and practicing social distancing.
We have to stay at it. Any slip slows us down.
We're letting data drive our decisions, just like Salt Lake County is doing. So it's important that individual jurisdictions do have the authority to be able to make those decisions based on the spread of disease in their jurisdiction.
Utah's governor is also extending his directive until the end of this month. While the number of positive cases continues to grow, the governor says he's hopeful Utah is starting to emerge from the pandemic.
The data that we have shows that what we're doing is working. As I've mentioned before, you know, the 2 weeks ahead of us are the most critical, and that's still kind of the same today. The next 2 weeks are very critical. That takes us to the end of April.
The governor continued to urge people not to travel the state during the outbreak. He warned he could extend restrictions beyond May if people don't continue to abide by health directives.
Data really is what drives our policy. We're trying to make sure that this is not driven by just emotion, by fear, by politics. The data should tell us what we should do.
Now, when those restrictions are eventually lifted, it will likely be in phases. Mayor Wilson says she wants to do that to ensure there isn't a resurgence in cases of COVID-19. Live on the Hill, Ben Winslow, Fox 13 News, Utah.